I'm just going to be talking about Green Australia's Reef Aid program, which is focused around restoration of wetland coastal ecosystems and gullies and streambanks in priority catchments in the Great Barrier Reef. So really focused on the land-based solutions rather than actually on the reef itself. Okay, so we heard this morning that climate change is a big threat to the Great Barrier Reef, and this is really a global problem which we have to mitigate on a global scale. On the local scale, water quality has been found to be one of the most important impacts on the ability of the reef to have resilience and restore following some of these major disturbance events. And certainly from our aspect, water quality is something we can do something about now, and we can do it at scale. It's something we can actually fix in the time scales required. So this is where, I guess, Green Australia's Reef Aid program's focus is around the challenge of actually improving water quality onto the Great Barrier Reef to give the Great Barrier Reef the best chance to actually be resilient and be capable of restoring, especially with some of these restoration efforts which are going on. So in terms of the Reef Aid strategy, we're focused around restoring coastal ecosystems, stream bank and gully erosion in priority catchments in the Great Barrier Reef. We're not trying to do it everywhere, we're trying to do it in priority areas where there's research already aligned with where we actually should be putting our efforts. Okay, some of our primary goals by 2030 is around improving water quality at our project sites by 50 to 80%, but we're also partnering with other organisations to ensure that we actually understand what we're doing at a local scale actually conveys down to the reef as well. So we're trying to partner with AIMS, with James Cook University, to actually understand beyond the site as well. Measuring improvement in wetland ecosystem biodiversity, and overall to restore approximately 3,000 hectares of priority gullies, stream bank and coastal ecosystems. In terms of our current projects, we have 6 current projects which are partnerships between government and philanthropy. So we co-fund. So we'll go to the government, they'll give us $5 million, we match with $5 million. Currently we have 4 gully projects which are situated around the Burdekin and Fitzroy, and we have 2 wetland projects which cross across the Great Barrier Reef catchments. And these are scheduled, some finished this year and some are scheduled to finish about 2022. So it's still an expanding program that we're doing. In terms of our impact, as I said, we're trying to really work in priority gullies and overlay that with some of the current research out there. So our current wetland projects, we've got some in the Russell Mulgrave, wetland 2. We've got some around the Herbert. We've got our gully projects in the Burdekin, and we've got wetland projects down in Fitzroy. We've got a gully project down in Fitzroy as well. And currently expanding the wetland project into Mackay and another wetland project in Fitzroy as well. So we're expanding this program as well. So I'll just go through the coastal wetland projects first. I'm only going to go through a couple of these because I don't have much time. So we've got Tree Lagoon, which is up the Russell Mulgrave, and I'll just highlight a really important of these programs. We partner with other organisations and partner with land care groups. We don't do this alone. That's a really important key for us before we actually go into a property. So Tree Lagoon up near the Russell Mulgrave in the Mulgrave Land Care Group. Mungalla Station, which is partnered with the Lynise Indigenous traditional owners. And Crooked Waterhole, which are partnering with local council and also the landholders there as well. In terms of Mungalla Station, so this had probably a long history of different organisations working with this organisation, and back in our CSR I also worked with this organisation as well. So they're just down here at the bottom of the catchment. There's a lot of different issues on these wetlands, and I guess in the Herbert, it's a highly modified system. A lot of the coastal wetlands have been lost. The hydrology is completely changed because they've put funds through there to stop salt water coming in. So there's lots of existing issues in these areas. The Mungalla wetlands are really important because they're some of the biggest coastal wetlands which actually still occur in the Herbert. And in terms of the Indigenous traditional owners, they really want to restore these wetlands. because they want to bring back ecotourism to their property. But I guess another key component, they're also dependent upon grazing as a key economic source on their property, so it's something you really have to grapple with. And when I talk about expanding this program, we know there's a lot of really poor water quality coming from the top of the catchment around Victoria Mill, which flows down to Mungalla Station. So as part of expanding this current program, we're trying to engage those landholders up a catchment to actually improve the water quality coming down to Mungalla Station. So working with Victoria Mill and working with local council as well as the surrounding landholders as well. So in terms of just an overview of some of the work we've been doing with Mungalla Station, it's a mixed range of effort. Grazing management plan has been really important with this group. They've got a high amount of hymenacne which covers the property, but they're also dependent upon that hymenacne for cattle grazing in the dry season. So we've been trying to work with them around grazing management, putting up fences, water points, and actually writing a grazing management plan for them so they can better manage their wetlands. And that's also something, once we leave the project, that'll be ongoing as well, so that's really important for us as well. Pig management, so working with Hinton Shire Council, and there's also training involved, so Hinton Shire Council also train Indigenous owners as well, so they can actually manage their own pig problems. We've got a lot of weed spraying on the property, revegetation on the property. There's a whole component of different works on that property as well. And something we are trialling is, because in previous history of this, they actually removed a saltwater bung. Saltwater came into the property, was really successful in initially opening up the wetland, removing a lot of the weeds, but then in subsequent years there's actually more fresh water going down than salt water coming up, so actually the weeds have actually spread down the catchment in the wetland rather than actually, I guess, controlling the weed species that are there. So what we're actually trying to see is saltwater bores, which can be used strategically in the wetland locations. You can turn the salt water on and you can strategically manage weeds where you want to. And that's really important. We don't really want to be spraying masses of chemicals everywhere. So this is another way that we can actually start to manage the weeds. And again, can be ongoing once we leave the property. The Mungalla, the traditional owners can actually be doing this themselves. Okay, so the second wetland site is a cane property. So there's a cane farmer. This was marginal land. So he gave this to Mulgrave Land Care Group and said, you can, do what you like with this. So we started working with them, 5 months ago, okay, very quick. Okay, so we started partnering with them and we're doing a constructive wetland at this site. What's really important, we've worked with Mulgrave Land Care Group, they've got a lot of community involved, do a lot of planting on the site already. We're going to be doing this over the next 6 months, but they've been a really important partner for us to continue this project. Just on the gully restoration, so as I said, we're working the Burdekin and the Don. And we're doing hill slope erosion, and we're also doing large alluvial gullies. So the hill slope erosion, our first project was in the Don River, and we're looking at multiple properties that set up as control and treatments, doing land management, we're doing check porous dams, a range of different activities. It's very much set as a trial. So I've got the water quality monitoring points there. So just to give you an idea about some of the learnings around this as well, we weren't exactly very experienced when we came into this project. So the first season, 2016, there was a lot of check porous dams put in. Cyclone Damon came in and basically all that red there, that's where all our failures were. And we realised the structures were put in the wrong place and the wrong structures were actually used. So following this, we used a lot of the debris from Cyclone Debbie to rebuild these structures, put them in the right location and brought new experience into our team. Building a very different way, and we've had a lot of success after this. Just to show you how they've worked, this is the last wet season, okay, and you see the rain coming down, but the water's actually being dispersed rather than being directed down one particular point. And then we've got increased ground cover, which is what we're aiming for following the wet season. So just some overall, understanding of that, and understanding where to put these structures is really important. We have had increase in cover, this is the preliminary results, and already there's been a reduction in sediment based on Sensor's recent measurement. Now on a different scale is the Innovative Gully Program. This is a partnership with Queensland Government, and this is a huge construction project actually, it's a whole different scale. Okay, you can see what they look like there. They're hectares wide. And when I show you some photos, some of the mapping that was done by Griffith University, basically over time there's been 956 tonnes of sediment per hectare per year that has come out of these gullies since 1945. Okay, and I guess that's why they're worth a lot of investment, because you see a lot of returns, you see a lot of sediment savings by putting so much money into these types of programs. It is set up very much like an experiment. We've got different treatments, so different rock capping, different gypsum, different mulching going on. So it's set up like a large-scale experiment. We've got a lot of detailed water quality going, sediment monitoring going in there as well. And we're in the second year of this. We've just done another 15 hectares this year. We did 1.7 hectares last year. So it just gives you the scale of the work. Okay, so we've got this one up here. This is a treated gully without the mulching. This is one we're in the middle of doing. Compacting that soil down still with the tunnel erosion is really key here, and this is our control gully here. And you see the cards there. So the scale of this is quite huge. We've had to put out a side office out there, we've had to put accommodation out there as well, and we've had to build a quarry as well. So that's just, following the treatment, finish of that treatment, in the middle of that treatment. And this is before and after. That's last year. We did 1.5 hectares last year. Okay, and revegetating these areas is the key. We don't want to leave them like this. We actually want to get grass back on there. And that's what we're working on at the moment as well. As I said, we've got a detailed water quality monitoring set up, rising stage samplers, automated samplers, work with Griffith University, they've got their past samplers out there. So we're really trying to get a good understanding of the sediment, but also how much effort you have to put in to actually get those results. Okay, that's how our water quality monitoring is set up. We've got a control and a treatment. That's our treatment. That's our control there. And you've got the water quality just sitting down there. The measurements, the automated samplers down there. Okay, just some initial results from the first year. It's only very preliminary because we had a lot of equipment failure, so we were able to use rising stage samples to get these results. But basically, we had a 97% reduction in sediment concentration from our treated gully compared to our controls or the one we haven't treated yet. So it went from like 1,000 milligrams per litre to, that was 100,000 to 300,000 milligrams per litre. So we're having really dramatic, sediment savings, but we're still trying to quantify this further with our recent treatments we're putting in this year. And that just gives you an indication of what they look like. This is our control and that's our treatment. So you can visually see it straight away as well. Okay, as I said, we've got a lot of supporters, a lot of donations are coming to this program, and I just want to say thank you, thank all our donors and supporters that actually financially contribute or in-kind contribute as well. Okay, thank you.